Hey everybody, welcome to the little introductory video on how the meal plans, recipes, and grocery lists are going to work. This is Monica Salafia, your registered dietitian, working with you throughout the 6-week challenge. And what you are looking at now is the Fit 36 Highlands Mind on Nutrition Challenge Fall 2018 Facebook group, where you will input all of your questions, comments, successes, non-scale victories, some of the barriers you're facing, that way we can all just kind of talk it out together. And this is where I will also be posting the weekly meal plans, the grocery lists, and the recipes that go along with the meal plans. So I just want to give you a brief overview of what you'll be getting. When you go into the Facebook, there's going to be files that you can get and access. So let me just pull up the file first for week 1's grocery list. So what you're going to see is a grocery list that looks like this. It's going to have the ingredients for the recipes broken up by meat and fish, produce, dairy, bakery, dry goods, and also there will be an other section. The boxes are really just your visual cue for like checking the box. If you feel like printing this out, every grocery list is about 3 pages long. You can totally print it out if you want, or you can access it from your phone. I recommend you access it from your phone just because we, want to promote sustainability as much as possible here, but you do you. So you'll see that in this grocery list there's meat and fish. So there is 2 breakfast sausage turkey 8-ounce packages, a pound of natural chicken breasts, some deveined shrimp, some cooked turkey breasts. Now let's just move on through, and then you'll see that there's produce, and then there is dairy, and then, like I said, each section has some things. There will be grocery lists where there might not be anything in the section. So what you'll see here is like sometimes the boxes will have an X. Don't worry so much about those because that just means it's a really common item, and typically most of my clients who have this meal plan already have these in their pantry. Like, these are quote-unquote pantry items. So food for thought, if you don't have any of these already, these are worthwhile having in your pantry at all times, kind of like what I would refer to as staples. So let me just go ahead and go through another example. For example, this is 1 cooked turkey breast. That's saying that you should buy a turkey breast and you're going to cook it for a recipe, because a recipe will say 1 cooked turkey breast. It's probably a salad, which is asking you to add cooked turkey. Other things might say 1 organic green grapes, a 2-pound bag. So that means you need a 1 2-pound bag of grapes for your snacks for the duration of the week. 5 organic apples, 1 lemon, 1 navel orange. So those are pretty straightforward. Anytime it says organic, if that's not in your price range, please don't feel pressured to get organic. I encourage all of my clients to really fit their nutritional needs within their budget, and there's so many great options that are non-organic, and everybody should be rinsing their produce anyways. So regardless of the trivial amounts of dust and other things that are on the surface of fruit, you still want to rinse, no matter if it's organic or not organic. So please don't feel pressured to get organic. And here we have dairy, 1 dozen eggs. That's self-explanatory. This is assuming large eggs and not extra large or extra small. It's also assuming chicken eggs. So if you are eating a different animal like quail or duck, just know that the nutritional profile may be different. 1 plain yogurt, a 32-ounce tub. So this is encouraging you to get 1 32-ounce tub of plain yogurt, and that is likely for a recipe. This is saying 1 low-fat cottage cheese, 16-ounce tub, 1 mild cheddar, 12-ounce block. So again, if any of these are to you something that you don't necessarily want to have in your diet, for example, some people don't like low-fat cottage cheese and prefer whole fat, I really recommend that you just stick with what you're normally used to. Again, these meal plans are really meant to be guides, suggestions, tools for you to learn how to create a healthy habit with meal prepping and shopping for healthy ingredients and just getting familiar in the kitchen and, of course, reaching your fitness goals. But the idea is not to be a prescription where you have to get everything that I'm telling you to get. So bakery, 4 corn tortillas, and 1 loaf of whole wheat bread. This is another good mention here because some people are not willing to eat corn, and I totally understand. So please just replace that for a different tortilla that you prefer. Again, if I have any folks in the crew with celiac disease, or if you just personally want to avoid whole wheat bread for any reason, just replace that with a gluten-free loaf. Pico De Gallo, that is another word for salsa. So if you see Pico De Gallo and you want to just replace it for salsa, go right ahead. 1 guacamole, 8-ounce container. They have pre-made guacamole out there, but if you want to make your own, then go for it. Dry goods, almonds. This has optional garnishes, chopped peanuts, cilantro, sliced green peppers, etc. This is for a recipe where it's listed as an ingredient, and that's why it appears this way on the grocery list. So if you see something like that, just know that it means it's on the recipe, and this is, again, optional. So moving right along, again, 1 honey 12-ounce container. It's saying get 1 12-ounce container of honey. You're likely not using the entire 12-ounce container throughout this week. This is just the quantity that you have to buy it in, and that's why it's on the list. Again, 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos. This is saying that it's probably in your pantry. If not, you can add it. And if coconut aminos is not something that you routinely buy and you are comfortable using regular light soy sauce and sodium isn't an issue for you, you can go ahead and replace that. So the dry goods will often have a lot of spices that you may or may not already have. So you'll just have to kind of adjust because, of course, not everybody is starting off in the same spot, and I don't want to assume everyone has the same pantry items that I have. So sometimes you'll see nuts in a variety of ways. So this has pecans, this has pistachios. If you're not able to get pecans in a 12-ounce package and you're not able to get shelled pistachios in an 8-ounce package, just get whatever nuts you feel comfortable the most with. I do know that Whole Foods and Sprouts allow you to get your produce, or I mean, well, your produce too, but your nuts and your grains in whatever customized volume you want because of their bulk section. So you can always go there, but if not, just get like 1 bag of nuts that equals 16 ounces because 8 and 8 is 16. 1 4-pound package of cane sugar. Again, if you do not want to put added sugar in your diet, feel free to omit this. This is just for a recipe. You're not going to be consuming 4 pounds of sugar this week. That would not be good. Quinoa, a 12-ounce box, etc. So yeah, if you have any questions about the grocery lists, definitely let me know in the Facebook group so I can help answer them and guide you. And also, one last note, if it says to get ice, that's assuming your fridge doesn't make ice, and if you need to buy ice, then you will need to buy ice. So I'm going to minimize the grocery list, and I'm going to go right to the recipe and plan. So the recipe and plan is going to say Monica's meal plan. Just ignore that it says Monica's, and it will tell you the dates, and it will start with Monday, and it will show you what the day is for Monday. Sometimes I added notes. For example, this is a high fiber day, so please drink plenty of water. Tuesday and Wednesday. So you might be wondering, why are there only 3 days? And that's because all of these recipes make multiple servings. So it wouldn't make sense for me to give you a 7-day meal plan, because if this makes 4 servings right here, you would end up having a lot of extra food. So this is the whole purpose of this, is trying to help facilitate meal prepping. So you can meal prep the 1 no added sugar oatmeal with dried cranberry recipe, and you will get 4 servings. Same thing with the lunches and the dinners. So it will always have a breakfast, a lunch, a snack, and a dinner. And then after the days are laid out for you, it will go into the recipes themselves. Oops, I'm sorry. So it will go into the recipes themselves, and it will make 4 servings every recipe. unless it's a smoothie. So this is 2 cups of rolled oats, 4 cups of water, a pinch of sea salt, 1 cup of dried cranberries, 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. This will make 4 servings. And then it just goes over the ingredients. And then this is that lunch. Again, you can see what meal that is in the corner. Wild rice and tarragon turkey salad. And it will make 4 servings. Quinoa squash bowl for dinner on Monday, September 17th. 2 cups of butternut squash, etc., etc. This will make 4 servings. And that is meant to help sustain you throughout the week. Of course, you will supplement your own meals. And then we're on to breakfast for Tuesday. So I just want to make it clear that these meal plans are not meant to fulfill all of your individual nutritional needs. Clearly, I have some petite women here who are, lightweight, light activity, who don't need as much fuel as a 6-foot-tall man who is trying to build muscle. So again, these meal plans are meant to be as a tool to guide you, to kind of launch pad you into a habit and a routine of healthy eating and meal prepping. So if you do have personal questions, like specific individualized nutritional needs, and you need adjustment, let's set up a consultation so that way you can get that sorted out, because I don't want anyone to feel like they can only stick to this meal plan and that it will meet all of their nutrition needs, because that's just not realistic for a group challenge. But again, these are all healthy recipes. They're all really promoting nutrient-rich foods everyone benefits from, but you all have individual needs. So just keep that in mind. For example, like, I'm not a huge fan of avocado, so if I was looking at this, I'd be like, I'm not really that big on avocado, but I'll give it a try. I developed this recipe though, so it is pretty good, I can say that. And then, sometimes if, like I mentioned earlier, whole wheat bread, if you're not doing whole wheat bread, or if you're on any medication that interacts with grapefruit, I trust that you hold yourself responsible to knowing those kinds of things and don't follow this to a T, because, like I said, I can't predict everyone's nutritional needs, but I'm more than happy to help you navigate. You just would need to email me personally or message me in the Facebook group and say, hey, I'd like to book a 30-minute consultation with you, and I can set you up and process the payments and scheduling for that. So I'm always accessible for those individual nutrition needs, but for those general questions like, hey, what are some good substitutes for citrus fruit? I'm not a big fan of grapefruit. Go ahead and ask the group, because I'm sure the group has a ton of suggestions and they might be able to also benefit from you asking that question. So that is how the meal plans, grocery lists, and recipes will work. Anytime you have a question, anytime you have a question, you will just be able to ask in the Facebook group. Every day there's going to be a post. Every week there's going to be a live, and there will also be weekly challenge nestled throughout, and at the end there will be one big challenge. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. My name is mindonnutrition@gmail.com or at monicasalafia.rd on Instagram. So again, mindonnutrition@gmail.com or at monicasalafia.rd on Instagram. Please send me your questions, comments, feedback, and I look forward to working with you guys for the next 6 weeks. Thanks so much.